basically brings us into our next topic. We are now seeing the Wolf of Wall Street 2.0, but this time instead of one man, it's 8. There are 8 social media influencers in the day trading space that are now being brought down by the SEC in a $100 million lawsuit. Apparently, these 8 influencers, including the day trader that I show you on Twitter a lot, was named in the article, which I thought was crazy. These 8 social media influencers, basically what they would do is they would all collaborate over Discord and Slack, picking certain stocks that they wanted to promote to their community and only show that they were making earnings through it, and would promote it through all their social media followers, which combined they had an absurd amount of number of followers, probably each of them individually across all social media had at least 1 million plus.
Wow.
And they would just promote and put that they were making a bunch of earnings through this certain stock, and they would just drop the ticker, and so all their followers would go and buy it, but they would never show when they would sell it. So basically their followers would pump the stock up, and then they all collectively would just sell, and they would never notify their followers like, hey, I'm pulling out now. They would just kind of let it hang in the wind. And eventually a bunch of people started getting burned, and the group collectively over the past year or two maybe have raised over $100 million doing pump and dumps.
Oh my gosh, that's something I feel like I've only heard in the crypto world recently.
Nope,
a lot of them aren't they in crypto though?
Oh, some of them are probably in
Right.
crypto, but this is all the just regular stock market trading.
I mean, the crazy thing is that it's terrible what they did, but I can't even blame them. It's genius.
This started back in, I guess, early 2021.
Yeah.
So they've raised $100 million since then. And a lot of this had to center around the whole GameStop fiasco, where a lot of day traders started gaining a lot of followings just because people were paying attention to these meme stocks that would come up. So they just started, a lot of people were being able to push content about that.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? This is a reference to Breaking Bad. Walter White. He's super successful in the game, has made enough money to just stop what he's doing, but he's just like, I just want a little bit more. I want a little bit more.
Keep doing it,
And even though they probably could have got out of it, with 50 million, 20 million, they just I can just keep milking this. And they milked it until they couldn't anymore, and now they got caught.
Well, that's the thing, is their whole brand and personality was around day trading. So they weren't really providing any expertise on the field. They would just show themselves living these flashy influencer lifestyles, and would just every now and then just drop a stop ticker and just post their profit and loss earnings and be plus 100,000 for the day. And people obviously are going to follow what they do. What they would do is they would make up losses and either Photoshop or whatever, just make up losses that they took on stocks and would just post them, but they actually never lost.
So it made it look like they were actually
made their followers trust it, be they're like a normal trader. They have good days and bad days. Every trader is not going to take a profit on every single day.
Yeah,
so
that's insane.